While the US does need a win to advance to the next round of the knockout stages in the World Cup, Iran could still lose out if they tie and Wales beats England, so this is not going to be the drop back defense that everybody thinks it's going to be for Iran, and I would recommend everybody go back and watch that Iran versus Wales match because we shouldn't be scared of this Iran team, but we should absolutely respect them. And you'll see why if you go back and watch their performances. I really want to focus today on what Iran is going to try and do in attack and what the US needs to do in defense, or actually in possession defense. So when they have the ball, what do they need to be looking out for? Let's dive into that right now. What is up, everyone? My name is Jake and this is It's Called Soccer. I'm a UEFA C licensed coach and I love to break down the tactics in the world of soccer. This US versus Iran match is going to be an absolute blast of a game because of the game state for everyone involved. Iran does need a result to get through. They need to depend on England beating Wales if they get a draw, and the US needs to get a win to advance. So this is going to be an absolute rocker of a game for any neutrals out there. And for US fans like myself, we're going to be holding our breath the entire 90 minutes. Now, I want to dispel some common myths about Iran and how they play because I see a lot of talk about how much they'll sit back, and whether that's to do with them needing a point to advance with some help from England, or if it's just because of how people expect Iran to play in this match. But the truth is that Iran really didn't sit back very much against either team in the group stage, and if they do get a tie and Wales beats England, which again, this is the World Cup, it is not out of the realm of possibility, Iran could still be on the outside looking in. So I really don't think that Iran is going to stay back and park the bus against the US unless we get deep into the second half and all of the scores are going their way. What I noticed immediately in their match against Wales is how quick and deadly their counters can be. Although it took a red card to the Wales keeper in the 85th minute to actually get their goals and for Iran to get past Wales 2-0, they hit the post twice in that second half, and you could watch the entire 90 minutes and think to yourself, Iran is the better team here. I think we need to be truthful with ourselves that this is a different game than us against England, and we should probably revert back to the 4-3-3 in possession and defense. The reasons for that is because of how stable we were against Wales, and when we were in possession, something that's really important for us in the way that the US plays and how we create chances is Serginho Dest and Anthony Robinson getting far up the pitch into the attacking third. But we leave our defensive spaces open if we do that, and against Wales, in order to counteract that, Tyler Adams, Yunus Musah, and Weston McKennie, whoever the closest midfielder was to that point, would drop into those spaces. We need to do the exact same thing against Iran, or there is going to be hell to pay for us because just, again, watch that game back, Iran versus Wales, and see how quickly Sardar Azmoun and Taremi and some other players as well got into very dangerous attacking positions. Again, if it wasn't for an offside in the first 15 minutes, Iran was going to be up 1-0 as well. Iran does go direct immediately after winning the ball, so the US cannot play a suicidal high line, and what makes me feel a little bit better is that we haven't done that throughout this World Cup so far, but we need to make sure that we're ready to defend that long ball, whether that's Tim Ream or Walker Zimmerman, as soon as we lose the ball. I think the thing that will help us play a deeper line in this instance is that we don't necessarily need to worry too much about Iran's midfield, so we can leave that space open and have Tyler Adams patrolling that space and winning the ball back. While playing a high line can help you condense the space and make it harder for the other team to progress the ball through short passing, we don't really need to worry about that. So play a deeper line, make sure that we're ready for the immediate counterattack, and allow our midfield to dominate possession like we did in the last two matches. We need to watch out and have an eye always on Sardar Azmoun and Mehdi Taremi. Azmoun, especially in the Iran vs Wales match, I noticed was essentially matching up 1v1 with the last Wales defender. So the US is going to need to be really careful if we are in possession about pushing numbers forward because Azmoun kind of plays right off the shoulder of that last defender and does not care about dropping into defensive spaces. It will take 90 minutes of pure concentration from our defensive line and our midfielders to make sure that we're not caught out in any of these counterattacks. The other thing that I want to encourage our players to do on the US is to counterpress immediately after losing the ball, but not necessarily in the conventional sense. I think you'll find in the school of Jesse Marsh that the way to counterpress is to go directly through your man and make that tackle. But what I want the US to do is counter press and stop the ball from moving up the pitch. So as soon as we lose the ball, make sure that you're stepping in front of the passing lane, not necessarily trying to go through ultra aggressive and win the ball back. We don't need to run through the tackle because Iran's defense is not necessarily good with short passing. So in the counter press, just make sure that we're going quickly to whoever has the ball, blocking the lanes for the counterattack, and allowing Iran to make mistakes in those short passing moments. This game to me feels like it could use Brenden Aaronson or Gio Reyna to unlock the defense, but the starting 11 so far has been playing so well, I honestly don't know who to change out. If there's anything to make us a more attacking team and unlock the defense, I could see Brenden Aaronson for Weston McKennie, or finding a way to put Gio Reyna on the pitch, but at the same time, we need goals, and this is the last moment where you want to be tweaking with your starting 11. A lot of people going into this game are going to think that Iran is going to sit back and defend, but I hope you can see now that that is not the way that they're going to play. Yes, some of their strengths are our weaknesses, but we've done a really nice job this World Cup covering up some of those weaknesses. We need to be way better on set pieces, and for me, guys, this is a moment, and I feel like I need to say this because a lot of times we talk about tactics, we talk about strategies or substitutions, all of these things that are in the hands of the coach. But at the same time, in this game, I really feel like the US is just going to need a big moment from a big player, whether that's Christian Pulisic or Timothy Weah stepping up, whether that's Gio Reyna, Brenden Aaronson, Weston McKennie getting ahead on the ball. As much as I want to think that there is something that can make us magically win this game, we need goals. We've scored 1 goal this entire tournament. Iran has scored 4. So again, we don't need to be scared or frightened of this team, but we absolutely need to respect them. We need to find goals, we need to find them quickly, and we need to find them on the pitch tomorrow to get through to the round of 16. Iran is playing with a backup keeper, a relatively weak back line. Keep that front 3 quiet, and I think the US can get a result here.